Due to the nature of this program, listener aggression is advised.
Hey, I'm Carla. I'm Heidi.
And we're the Butcher Baby.
This is Charlie Scene.
Yo, what's up? This is AJ from Fire from the Gods.
This is Rich Ward, the Duke of Metal from Fozzy.
Saddam Leader from In Search of Sun.
This is Beefcake the Mighty from Guam.
And Postulus Maximus.
Ahoy, this is Chris from Maelstrom.
Yo, what's up? This is J-Dog from Hollywood Undead.
Hi, this is Ash Costello from New Year's Day.
This is Tommy Vex from the Bad Wolves.
This is Joe from Dead.
Brutality! And I'll tell you now to stay fucking metal, yeah!
Aftershock Festival, it is time.
Wake up! Wake up! Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time.
Monster Energy's Aftershock. October 13th and 14th at Sacramento's Discovery Park.
All right, everybody. This has come a long way to right now. And I know we're all here because we love the shit out of Vincent Paul Abbey, man. All of us are here. And every single buddy coming up on this stage this afternoon is paying tribute and doing this because we fucking love what he did for us. Not just for the music, but for life teachings. And you're gonna see a lot of badasses up on stage. And let's get shit started off right away.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jose Mangin. Hey now, from SiriusXM Octane and Liquid Metal. And you, my friend, are listening to Honest Brutality.
Everybody's Big Sloppy, Honest Brutality, Rock Rage Radio, hanging out with Jose Mangin, and you just heard he's announcing himself like a fucking boss.
Hey now, what's going on? Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe, yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for supporting the scene with what you guys are doing.
Dude, this is what I've been fucking living for 50 years, all right? Yeah, you know where I'm coming from.
Are you from the area here?
I'm from Northern California.
Okay.
Our show's based out of Redding, California. I don't know if you know where that's at, but it's up north. We just got burned to the fucking ground here recently with the fire. I don't know if you heard anything about that.
No, of course I did, man. Yeah. Shout out to all the firefighters and everybody who were helping out with that, man. I know that a lot of them are big metal and rock fans, so you know, I know
right now.
I know they're listening. Sure, man.
Fuck yeah. So anyway, you're here hanging out Aftershock 2018.
Yep.
On a whim, I found out you were here. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You weren't announced or anything. We're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I didn't know what my schedule was going to be here at Aftershock, but it was pretty busy with a lot of different things. I'm here with Zippo, doing some cool interviews for them, but I'm also, my main goal here and job and responsibility was to pay tribute to my idol and friend Vinnie Paul with the Vinnie Paul tribute. So that was my whole life for the last few months has been that every day.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of work to put that together, but that's it is really cool to be out here in Sacramento. I've never been out here.
Oh shit!
So it's my first time to Aftershock. Yeah, man. Usually I'm pretty busy, or just getting back from another festival. So I was like, I can't do two. I like to hang out with the family and stuff sometimes too.
Fuck the other festivals.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. No. Well, I do all the Danny Wimmer festivals.
Yeah,
so I mean, I'm a big fan of Danny and Gary and Charlie, and I do everything for those guys. And I'm going to be doing a lot more with those dudes in the future as well, man.
All right, let's talk about the future because
yes, sir.
It was recently announced. Mega Cruise.
Yeah.
It sucks to be you, huh?
Yeah, Mega Cruise setting sail from Los Angeles, and we're going to be going in the Pacific in October of next year, 2019. And yeah, they asked me to host the Mega Cruise, which is really cool. You know, Dave Mustaine is an idol turned friend, which is what do you mean you don't know who he is?
That hack?
Big slappy. But Dave Mustaine, man, yeah, he's one of my idols, and he's a close friend of mine now, and I've hosted a lot of things for Dave and Megadeth over the years. Boot camp, I was the main dude for that at his house, and so they asked me to do something similar for the Mega Cruise, and a lot of awesome friends and bands that I worship are going to be on there, and I did the Motorboat Cruise as my only other cruise, and I've hosted the Motorboat Cruise. And this will be my second time on a big boat like that, but it's a lot of fun, dude. The meeting all the metalheads, I still know them from that cruise, and it's like a club.
Yeah,
you know, like when you're on the motorboat, you know, cruise, and you see somebody, you know, at a festival years later, dude, we were on the motorboat. Oh yeah. So it's like one of those things, and Mega Cruise is going to be the same thing. And I'm looking forward to it big time.
Yeah, too bad they don't have any known bands going on. Testament, who are they?
Yeah,
Corrosion of Conformity.
Anthrax, who's that?
Who?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, those startup bands, you know.
Actually, Anthrax is my very first concert in life.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, yeah.
All right, check this out. You know what my first one was? I'm going to throw this at you.
Yeah.
Ozzy with Randy Rhoads, Diary of a Madman.
You're lucky, dude.
Yeah, it was fucking epic.
That's a big first concert right there, dude.
And just being able to see Randy Rhoads to this day is my all-time rock
I never saw Randy. You're very lucky, man. So.
I was fortunate, and I know it now, looking back. And what's pretty cool, Aftershock, where we are now, last year we were here, Ozzy headlined the second day, and I was able to have that moment with my son out there seeing Ozzy for the first time, which was really fucking cool. It wasn't with Randy, but it was with Zach, and that was pretty badass.
Zach is badass. And I took my daughter to see, one of my daughters to go see Black Sabbath in Hollywood, outside, a big outdoor spot, and she was into it. It was cool. She remembers that, so it's cool. I just want to try to infect the youth, whether it's my kids or your kids or whoever's kids, with the bug of heavy metal.
Isn't that the cool thing? Because having kids now and having them get involved in the stuff that you grew up listening to, because my son, 10 years old, first show, Iron Maiden.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Dude, I always wanted a son. I have 2 daughters. My daughters give me a hard time because I say that all the time. But I wanted a little son, a little metalhead, headbanger, long-haired dude that I can have and give him the keys to the kingdom.
Right.
And I tell my daughters, if you want the keys, girls, you got to be more metal. You got to get into it. I mean, you be a DJ. Like, come on. Like, I'll put you on the air. Let's go. And they're just, I can't force it, even though I do. And so I got to let them go natural. But they're cheerleaders. My oldest daughter loves Dawkins and Hailstorm and Five Finger. So she sings that stuff. She plays Queen and AC/DC, the Lost Boys soundtrack, the Shocker soundtrack.
Really?
No other 15-year-old girl in America is listening to the Lost Boys soundtrack.
You're probably right.
Dude, I can probably guarantee that that's not happening anywhere. But my daughter, Maya, I love you. She does it, and she makes me so proud.
You have it a little better than I did when my daughters are that age, brother, because I was forced to have to listen to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. It was hard.
I never had to listen to that stuff because when they're in my car, they're listening to my stations on SiriusXM, so they have no choice. Now that they're older, they do have a choice, but because they're teenagers, man, and they're freaking crazy brats and stuff. So I let them. I have some cool speakers though in the truck, so when they're playing their hip hop and shit, it sounds cool. So I don't mind it.
My 3 daughters were killing me, but my son came along, and last year he's a huge Dead fan.
Oh, my boys from Arizona.
Oh, fuck yeah, they're badass.
I'm from Arizona, man.
Oh yeah, so he finally got to see him live here last year, and he'd never been in a mosh pit. Now this was going to be his first mosh. Understand, the Vanilla Gorilla is 6'7", okay? And scared shitless to get in a pit. I'm saying, dude, you're 6'7". All you got to do is walk around. They're going to avoid your ass. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Get there, have fun. But to see him get in there and go after it, you know.
That's cool. Well, your son is 6'7"?
He's 6'7".
Damn, boy.
Fucking A, bro. If you go out, stand on any stage out here, you'll see his head sticking up.
Can't even fit in this media tent here.
Goddamn right.
Damn.
Try feeding that son of a bitch.
No.
It ain't easy, man.
Maybe it's good to have chicks. Man.
That's right. We don't fuck around here. This is Northern California, bro. We grow big.
Big plants.
Anyway, so you're having a good time. You just introduced Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah, Bullet. Those guys are friends of mine. Matt and Padge from Bullet volunteered to jam a Pantera song at Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
And didn't happen. It was canceled, the festival. But they were excited to play Domination in Kentucky. But
that love
flooding. Yeah. So, but just the fact that they were one of the first bands to say yes to jamming a Pantera song. So I wanted to thank Matt, and I did a cool interview with him earlier today, and And then we talked about introducing the guys on stage. And I just love going out there and introducing bands and getting people fired up and, pointing out the obvious, like, look at this cool sold out place. Look at all of us together. We're all one family. Like, I try to keep driving a message, and I just got to keep being consistent and keep doing the same shit. But yeah, I introduced Bullet again. I mean, the Vinnie Paul tribute yesterday was that's
powerful.
That was just that's all I can. I've heard a lot about that and getting members from Korn, Deftones, Shinedown, Godsmack, Seven Dust, Gwar, Hell Yeah, King, Immure, Act of Defiance. All these bands to agree to play on the same day that they're playing. Most of the bands were playing.
Yeah,
was a big deal, man, and it was a relief. I was so stressed and nervous about it. I forgot to breathe on stage when I was singing A New Level. I had so much adrenaline, and I had an out-of-body experience when I forgot that I was where I was.
Right,
when I was watching these guys performing these songs, like I had a couple moments where I had the like oh shit, I have to talk right now. Like I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
I was just enjoying these songs, and hearing and feeling the bass and and Pepe on the drum on Vinnie's Paul's drum kit. It was Vinnie's kit, and Pepe was playing on that. Like that was just
and killing it.
It was real emotional, man, for all of us. It was having Chelsea, Vinnie's girl, there, and Dimebag's girl, Rita. Mm-hmm. It was full circle, man. Like they're my favorite band, and to pay honor to him and to Dime too,
right?
And to Phil while shaving my head. I mean, I never shaved my head before until yesterday afternoon, man. So
is that right?
Yeah, I shaved it Phil style, like when on the Pantera home video, Phil famously shaves his head before in a big arena show in front of all of his friends and stuff. And I did the same thing right before the show. My wife shaved my head, and I just went out there, and my friend put Unscarred on my stomach, like to mimic Phil's tattoo.
That's awesome.
And I just wanted to, and I got a 333 tattoo on my right hand on Friday night.
Fresh, yeah.
And I redid my CFH. I just wanted to really not just curate the Vinnie Paul tribute and host it. I wanted to live it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get into it physically.
Right.
And I shaved my head, man. So it when I see pictures right now, it's really weird. But it was such a momentous occasion. It had to be marked with something big.
Mission accomplished, bro. Because
Thanks,
it came off just spectacular. And you mentioned Chris Broderick, actually. He's not even in this festival at all. He came in just for that. He sat down and talked to us a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Oh, I love him, dude.
He's fantastic.
And he's just a big fan of Vinnie and Dimebag and Pantera and Rita. And he's a friend of mine. And when the press release went out, he was like, dude, I want to go and I want to jam. Can I do it? I said, of course.
Right.
We didn't have a budget. Like we couldn't fly people in.
Right.
I had a little bit. That's why I had Kyle Sanders from Hell Yeah and Pepe Clark from King, a rhythm section every song to make it easier. I had 35 minutes. Right. I had to move fast.
Right. Yeah.
And so I tried to make it as easy as possible. With Chris volunteering was just glorious, dude. And rehearsing with him on the RV the morning of, and rehearsing with him in Seal Beach, just him and Eddie on guitar and to a drum track and me on vocals. Like I was tripping out, man. Yeah. I have a lot of freak out moments, and this whole Vinnie Paul tribute was a freak out moment for me and something that I'll never ever forget, man.
Well, I can say this, speaking for all the fans here, we appreciate that came together, man. That was a big thing for us. It's unbelievable to me how many times, and I without fail, every time we have a new band on, an up-and-comer, who are your influences? And every single band, and not one that has not said Pantera.
Yeah.
Every fucking band. No band has had the influence, I think, that those guys have had. And I'm talking... They're not saying Led Zeppelin anymore. We get that occasionally, and we get Black Sabbath occasionally, but everybody calls out Pantera.
Of course. I mean, they're the gods of metal. Metallica are the gods of metal. We have to say that.
There's nobody bigger.
There's nobody bigger. There's nobody better.
Right.
They're the biggest. And I have a Metallica tattoo on my left hand. They're my two favorite bands. But Pantera is more special. Pantera was a different beast, a different monster. They carried metal through the 90s way more than Metallica did.
Yep.
I mean, Metallica did at a commercial level, Pantera did at an underground and commercial level. And so for me, I'm 41. Those are my years. And that band is the all holiest thing in my life. And it was their off-stage antics too.
Right.
And their teachings of partying and being good to each other. All that went into making Pantera such an inspirational band. Metallica, technicality, guitar playing, vocals, all that. But Pantera, I mean, nobody did it like Phil, and nobody did it like Rex and Vinnie and Don.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it just, the crowd's energy yesterday, seeing how many people came out at 2:30.
Yeah,
and it was early. And just looking out in the crowd during Walk, which was our last song with Jonathan Davis and Sully vocals, I looked at the crowd and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That was probably the nuts moment.
Yeah.
When they were doing that.
That was the biggest thing that I've ever curated, put together by myself.
Right.
Again, I had no help, dude.
Right.
Nobody helped me.
Yeah.
I paid for stuff, dude. Like, nobody helped me.
That all came out of your pocket?
A lot of it did.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's amazing, man.
I'm not.
Well, that speaks volumes.
Well, again, nobody was doing it for money, man. Nobody did it for money.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, I was told I didn't have a budget, so I just went about it with not thinking about money.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a passion project.
Dude, I throw parties all the time, and I've become good at throwing parties and just being on a budget.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me,
you have
we all
to. We all know
budgets,
about. Yeah.
Bro. Come on.
So when they said we don't, there's no budget, and I said, okay, well, we'll make it happen. Don't worry.
Right.
And they did worry, and they were stressed about it.
Right.
And then it happened, and then everybody was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Yeah. And it was magic.
Yeah,
it really was.
To get thanked by everybody so much, and Guy Sykes, Pantera's longtime tour manager, he said thank you to me like 20 times yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
So that felt good, man.
Yeah.
I felt like yes.
That's one of those things that you accomplish in life that you can actually be proud of when you look back and say, you know what, I've done all these different things, but the one thing I did, I was able to bring something to life and feature something that made me happy and made everybody happy.
Yeah.
And it was more of a celebration of life than anything.
That's what I wanted it to be, and I didn't prepare for what I was going to say. I just wanted it to be positive and authentic, and I wanted it to be loving.
Right.
Loving and pure and real and raw and authentic. And I didn't want it to be cheesy and hokey and this and that and about us and about whatever. It's about Vinnie, and it's about what him and his band and their effect on us.
Right.
And I think it came across. I mean, I know it came across that way because that's the way it came out of my heart, and then it came out of my voice. But so I know, my thoughts were pure, man, and everything was pure about it. So it was really cool.
But you're talking about, it was a 35-minute set.
Yeah.
And you're looking back, and the whole thing is a moment. The whole 35 minutes is a moment.
Yeah.
But what inside that particular moment, was there one certain moment that just you like, oh, fuck, I will. This moment right here, this is the one.
I mean, I think there was two moments that just jump out at me real quick. I would say being next to Pepe on Vinnie's drum kit playing Becoming. And he was playing Becoming, and I was just looking at Pepe's feet hitting Vinnie's bass drums.
Right.
And now just how perfect in sync Pepe was with the song.
Right.
And I was just and he's one of my best friends. I was like, oh my God, are people hearing this? And obviously they were, but for me, I was just like right next to those drums. And I took a little video. I actually posted on my Instagram. I haven't posted anything, but that was the only thing I did post because that was a moment for me. And I think another moment was, the other biggest moment was Jonathan and Sully, seeing those guys get into it, singing Walk.
Right.
And I just, I was like so grateful and thankful that these guys, these famous mother effers, agreed to do this.
You can say
as
motherfuckers
favors.
on our show, by the way. It's okay.
I like to mix it up. But the fact that these guys, volunteered and agreed to do this, man, I'm forever grateful.
Right.
To every member on that stage yesterday, I'll be forever grateful to them. And they'll always have like a pass with me, I'm always gonna, if they shit, I'm gonna play that shit on the air. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, dude. Like, for me, I Chris Broderick has a shit shred show, I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna support it. So yeah, man, it was I think those were two big moments, and then bringing Chelsea and Rita out at the end, and having them out there, and it was very emotional. And then Bride Dog was there, everybody was crying and hugging. It was intense, man. It was intense, dude.
I'm getting goosebumps. You're talking about it, and I'm reliving it. I'm getting goosebumps sitting here going through all.
I mean, think about how I feel, man.
I know, right?
It's and maybe it'll hit me tomorrow. It's hitting me more today than it did yesterday. I was so stressed yesterday, and so relieved when it was over.
Yeah, they're wrapping me up over
course,
here. But
man.
I just want to say, on behalf of our shows and all the metalheads here, man, thank you for getting that thing put together.
Of course, brother.
Bringing something really special to an already cool event.
Yeah.
But to make it go to a whole nother level, that's hard to fucking do.
A new level of confidence and power, my friend.
Yeah. Thanks for all that you do, brother.
No problem, man. Cheers, dude.
All right.
Fuck yeah, dude. Come on.
Take care, man. Thanks a lot for coming on.